My advice to any charity is to reach out to the Big Give for help when you don't understand these things. I think they're used to the questions from us all getting a bit confused and overwhelmed. To attend any seminars or conversations that are offered. But I'd say reach out to other charities that have taken part. We've all been there, and the fundraising community and the charity community is really supportive of each other. So the minute you talk to another fundraiser, for instance, for 5 minutes, you can say, oh, okay, that's how you do it, and then it's fine.
I think my advice to charities getting involved in the Big Give would be that planning is a really big part. And again, thinking about skill building, that's a great thing that the Big Give teaches, which is that when you're preparing for a fundraising campaign, you can't get everything started as soon as you launch it publicly, right? I mean, the Big Give is really good at training you to find those pledge funders, find the supporters in advance of the campaign launch. And I'd say those are the things that are really important for us when we're participating in the Big Give. And frankly, it's really important when you're doing any kind of fundraising to do that background work in advance of a public launch so that you can build that momentum and get things started in a big way.
I would say definitely take part in the Big Give. It's been transformational for Magic Breakfast. We've been able to grow new funders, keep in touch with old funders, and galvanise a whole host of individual supporters year on year. In terms of advice, start planning early. It might seem strange to be planning a Christmas campaign in April, but the earlier you can get those pledges in, the more you can prepare for your donor communications, the greater success you'll have when the campaign comes round.
I think my top piece of advice for any, particularly a small charity looking at taking part in the Big Give campaign, I think there's two really. I think one is prepare early. I would say that sadly every year we're slightly behind with our Big Give campaign, but you can start thinking about it as early as the January. As soon as one's done, start thinking, well, what worked? I think I've got three pieces actually. Reflect. It's been really helpful for us to sort of sit and debrief, to use the Big Give case study template and really look at what worked brilliantly, what did we do, what was new this year, what can we bring forward. And I think the third piece is to look at how you can involve your volunteers and your members as much as possible. We have a lot of volunteers who are absolutely amazing. They don't perhaps have resource or time to volunteer all the way through the year, but they know about the Big Give. It's something that they're committed to supporting us with every year. And so when you don't have a lot of budget or a lot of resource within a small charity, your volunteers are absolute gold dust. So any way you can involve them in it is absolutely brilliant.
Do it. Do it. The one thing I've learned, again from a services background, is the Big Give allows us to be authentic. It allows us to say, this is who we are, this is what we do. And it also reminds people that the people we and other charities work with are people who need support just as much as anybody else. So be authentic, go for it, be bold, just do it. It's simple and it allows you to help more people.